Okay, so guys, now in this video we are going to see what is this breakpoint and how we can able to useful in our projects. Okay, so as you can see here, generally this breakpoint means whenever you are having a you don't know the flow of the application, by applying the breakpoint we will understand like what is the flow of our application, or you are having some error, so which means in between that application is getting crashed, but you want to know what is the cause and why it is having the issue. That time also we can apply the breakpoint and we will know like why the error is coming. Okay, first we will see how to apply the breakpoint and how we can able to useful how we can able to use these things. And here I am using JavaScript, but this breakpoint, whatever the concept that we are going to show, we will applicable in most of the programming languages, which means I have done this breakpoint in JavaScript, Spring Boot framework as well. PHP also I have done this thing. So most of the programming languages will have the ability to have this breakpoint. So let's jump into how we can able to apply this in JavaScript. Okay, so now I am running this application, so which is a simple application, JavaScript application. So if you see the output of this application in the browser, it has some 3 different text boxes. Below that it has 2 text boxes, and by entering number in the second the text box, it just adds the value and all these things. Okay, but if I am beginner to this application, which means if I am new person to this application, I don't know what's happening in this application, correct? So I am just entering to this text box, it is not doing anything. If I am entering something in the text box, it is also not doing anything. But if I am entering some number in the second text box, it is doing some additions actually here. Okay, but now I want to know how this is happening. So first let me see the code here. As we can see here in the line number 41 and 42, for the text box I am just having the one function called add. Okay, so this add I am having here, and it looks like some bigger code here. In case this is, maybe by looking at the code you will understand, but I want to know how the flow is working. Okay, so in order to know the flow, what you can do, you can just open the developer tools. I think most people might know what is developer tools. So in the developer tools there is a tab called sources. Okay, so here you need to, if you are having external JavaScript file, you can directly open the file from here. If it is same file, then you can see your JavaScript here. Okay, in JavaScript you might see this line number. So by clicking the line number, your breakpoint will be added. If you see here, I am just clicking on the line number 20, the single click, immediately the line number, the breakpoint will be added here. Like this here also you will able to see this one. So whenever you want to you want to add any breakpoint, you can just click on the line number and you can able to see that flow is working. Okay, so now I will show you. I am going to rewrite the number. So immediately, as you can see here, the flow of the application, we can understand that initially it comes to the line number 20. So the reason is, whenever I'm editing something on the text box, it directly comes to the number function called add. So inside that the first line is line number 20, so it is getting executed. So line number 20 and 21, I can clearly understand that it is reading the number from the text box. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just moving on to the next line. Okay, so here maybe, yeah, so now as you can see here, if you see the browser window, you have a one resume button, one is on next line. Okay, so next step over means it goes to the next line. This resume means it goes to the next breakpoint, or it will resume the program. Okay, so now let me move on to the next line. So now you can understand, just I am over on the variable, you can see what value it is coming, so which means it is dynamically changeable. So whatever the value that you are having, based on the code execution, this value will get changed. Okay, so now instead of resuming, I'm going to the next line. So now you can see here, just to hover on the number 1, you can see the value of this variable. So as we all know, this value is dynamic one. It is not a static one, which means I am not assigning the value anything. This will be whatever the value available in the text box, that will be dynamically assignable to the variable. Okay. So now the next one is, I can able to see the code is, they are checking the not condition, so which means not should not be empty. So as we all know, this both the variable will have the value, because now while hovering this variable, I can clearly understand this variable has some value. Okay, so now go on to the next one. Here also I am checking one more condition. I hope you people know what is this one, correct? So it is nothing but we are clearly checking whether it is a number or not. Okay, so this is what about this condition here. So now if I go to the next line and line, so like this. So now if you see here, I am just converting into the float number, and here I am converting into the integer number. So when it, I'm just after the conversion, the addition is performing, and I can able to see the result here. That's it. Okay, so this is how the breakpoint will be useful. So like this, you can able to add the breakpoint in whatever the programming that you want to add. Specifically when it comes to JavaScript, it is easy because it is front-end application. So by using the browser, by opening the JavaScript code along with the HTML, you can just put the breakpoint and starts execution. You will see the flow is working. Okay, so and also as I mentioned, if you don't know how the flow is working, just to put the this next line, so automatically it takes you to where the flow is going. Okay, so you don't need to worry about how the flow is working and all these things. So whenever you are working in a very bigger application, so you don't know the flow of the application, then by using this JavaScript breakpoint you will understand all these things. Okay, thank you.